Hi, I'm Tim McCallum. I'm 41 years of age. I live here in Brisbane. I've had 3 assistance dogs in my time since my accident in 1999, which left me a quadriplegic. I was an 18-year-old boy, very enthusiastic, motivated guy, knew who I wanted to be, knew where I wanted to go. And then all of a sudden I found myself a very dependent person, someone who had lost 3/4 of his own physical abilities, and yeah, the world was going to be scary for me after that. But I was placed with the amazing golden retriever Buster, who was my first assistance dog. He also gave the opportunity for my mum and dad to go back to work. They had given up, part of their lives to be able to support me and help me at home. When it came time to me actually moving out, I couldn't have done it without my assistance dog. Well, Buster did work for quite a while. He was at the age of 13 when he retired, so he'd worked for just over 10 years, which is a long time in the life of a service animal. The incredible, the dainty, the excitable Roxy, a beautiful little Labrador, then came into my life. We experienced some of the most incredible milestones throughout Roxy's working period with me. She was a part of our wedding as a flower dog, and it was great to have her to be a part of that. And then we were lucky enough to travel overseas for 2 years in North America. We based ourselves in Canada, and we travelled through the States and through Canada for 2 years. And then Mel and I had a child 4 years ago, and Roxy was around for the birth of our first child and looked after Nelson, like a proud mama pet. Roxy's retirement was very different to Buster's. Buster's was very planned, and we celebrated it, and we had the succession plan going forward. But Roxy, unfortunately, at the end of her working life, she got quite ill with liver cancer at the age of 10. In my experience, saying goodbye to an assistance dog, someone that's been such a big part of your life and has seen all of those milestones, has given you so much independence back. And in the case of Roxy, she helped me remain the man that I was meant to be. It was about 3 to 4 months between Roxy passing and me receiving Casper. So the main cues and tasks that Casper does for me is still the picking up things off the floor. That's obviously the first and foremost thing. But around the house, he's been trained to open and close doors. Also, in the kitchen, being able to close drawers and things like that I can't get to. Out in the community, he's been trained to press buttons at pedestrian crossings and help press buttons, in lifts that I can't get to. That helps me remain independent and helps me access the community and live everyday life as I would normally. Having experienced life with assistance dogs now for 20 years, the independence that they've been able to provide me, my quality of life has never been higher. So I would say to anyone out there who is interested in making a donation, there is no greater gift that you can give than that of independence and a greater quality of life to someone else with a disability that might be facing the same challenges that I am today. It's such a gift.